Hi everyone, this is meowmurai. Let's continue our game of Granblue Fantasy Relink running on PlayStation 5. Right, we're on the last chapter, but that doesn't really mean anything. So that just gets you past the normal difficulty.
Looking for that special loaf? Look no further. I've got all sorts of items. I don't got it, kid, don't it? All organic.
I'm all ears. Which weapon shall I strengthen? I'll unlock the power.
Let's see, what do we need? We need a lot of stuff. Griffin Scale, Wind Orb, Champion Merit.
Thanks for coming.
Need something?
Got some Fate episodes. Stat boosts. Always helpful.
If it were me in his shoes, I'm sure I'd be worried sick about my parents too. There's nothing wrong with worrying about your parents. I'm sure they're proud to have a son who cares so much. But what? Something was still on his mind.
I always wanted to be a great doctor, just like my mom and dad. But after my mom collapsed, I started thinking maybe everybody else was just using them.
Along the way, he'd stopped being able to trust the people of Folka, and he thought feeling that way meant he could never follow in his parents' footsteps. Lev stared at the ground as he spoke, finally confiding his troubles to me. After hearing his story, I began to open up about my own parents. He listened to my words in silence. My parents had also strained themselves too hard after getting sick, and eventually passed away. So Lev's circumstances were all too familiar. Just like him, I felt nothing but bitterness and despair. There was one difference. I've got to admit, I envy you a little. After all, your mom and dad are still alive and well. While we were standing there talking, Lev's parents and the villagers were probably beside themselves with worry, braving the dangers of the forest to search for him. When I told him that, Lev finally seemed to grasp the situation.
I really messed up, didn't I? I'm sorry.
Are you sure I'm the person you should be saying that to? I stood up and smiled at Lev. He and his family all seemed like really good people. The only thing they needed to patch their home back together was a long heart-to-heart.
You think we can find the flower? That sounds like a good idea.
Karzeda spoke haltingly, as if remembering the times he shared with his beloved friend. She'd always loved flowers. Tempil was a land forged by its mines, and its climate wasn't suitable for flowers. But that wasn't going to stop her. As if that thread of memory had unspooled another, Karzeda said that his friend mentioned having a secret flower garden. But she hadn't told him the location, so he wasn't sure where to begin looking.
Sometimes she'd head out to a forest near Folka. If the garden's anywhere, it's probably somewhere in there.
It might be a long shot, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. I drained the last of my glass. We stepped out of the tavern. The rain had stopped. The air was humid, but the sun was a welcome sight after the rain. I squinted up at the brilliant blue sky. There, arcing over the forest, was a large rainbow.
Okay, what have we got? Anything new?
Here are the details. Be on your way.
Bane of the White Dragons, ready to tango!
I will love you too. Welcome home, my brother.
Link and Reed!
Follow me! You have me! It's over! You guys rock!
That means a lot to me. Thanks! Up and away! Fight us once! You done it now! Looking good! Sword and sword! Just like that! Link and Reed!
Too late for one. Let's roll.
Now's our chance.
Let's go! Let's do this!
It was a pleasure dancing with you.
Pleasure was all mine. Up and drop!
Excellent.
I'm ready for it! You got it! Two on me! Door and door!
After me.
Take this! Teamwork, baby!
Trying to impress me.
I guess so. I'll just leave it to Papa Bay! Nice shot! Up and drop! Door and door!
Art then. Can't keep up.
Link and Reed! Something, wait!
You take the lead. Don't celebrate just yet. So discreet.
Major's my middle name!
Take my interest.
Up and drop!
Thanks.
Hungry for defeat? It's mine! And your front!
Ready to deliver, Tempest?
Flame!
Shine as one! Tide of chaos!
That was awesome. You were awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, we couldn't do it in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Got caught up in that storm.
it's done.
Got a group card.
Hello to you! Sending out the old crew signal, eh? Who should we poke?
I think we want to leave a Lancelot or Percival. Maybe Lancelot.
Did you wait long, Captain?
Not everyone gets to see the good stuff. Good luck out there! Need something? Let's see. Will you take this one? Be on your way.
Watch and learn. Like you gotta pee after you win. Thank you. Here they come. Whatever happens, I'll protect you.
I'm going to make this hurt so good.
All together. Yeah, teamwork, baby. Don't let up yet.
You got it!
Okay, let's go. Up and drop. Door and go. Oh yeah.
If they want to go all out, then so can I. Let's teach them some manners.
Healing is on the way!
Looking good.
Stay with me.
You got it. You got it.
Like that. That was impressive.
Oh, see more.
You made that look easy!
Nice. Okay, okay. Go team! High fives all around.
something? Which will it be? Here are the details. Be on your way.
Jeez, this guy took us a long time to fight in the campaign.
Cue the action music.
What's wrong? Come.
Link and reach. I need backup. He's
right
this.
away.
Great assist. Just like that. Soar and score. Link and reach.
We got this! You're mine! Great job, team!
That was nothing. What can I say? I'm experienced.
Thanks. Link and reach. Up and drop. Now, you got it. Enough. Huh. It smells good.
My roses.
Link
And
and
a
reach.
calming fragrance, wouldn't you say?
Whoa. Up and drop. Soar and score.
Be careful! Got you covered!
What do you think?
Link and reach. I'm ready for action. Up and drop. Cover me, coward. Heck yeah.
What did you expect?
Soar and score.
Yeah, this one's hard to do in 2 minutes, just because he has so many phases where he runs away.
Link and reach.
Loosen them up.
You can't hide. Ours next.
Shine as one! Gale burst! Blink and reach!
He's right. Keep it up.
Rise, that's what
You
kicking!
need a lab lizard to tell me.
A little back up! Let's take it home! Let's do this! Sword and go! All right.
That was awesome. You were awesome.
Okay, okay. I always knew we could do it.
Okay, got another crewmate.
Hello to you. Never hurts to have some backup, right?
Let's go for Namaya.
The butterfly alights. And just in time. Good luck out there. Need something? Which will it be?
Oh, all those are done. All those are done. All those are done. Okay, well,
Have a good day.
back to the main quest, I guess.
Yes.
Good.
Oh, not bad. All right, let's go.
This world is precious. I mean, even the god of destruction can't bear to lose it. Our bodies might be mortal. Our hearts are infinite. Though he's in a dark place right now, I hope Id doesn't lose sight of that. But even if he does, I'll open his eyes again. This crew, will never abandon someone we care about. The sunrise spills over the Grand Cipher as we rush on the winds, chasing the sorrowful cries of a faraway dragon.
help you.
Me too.
Thanks for the support.
I won't waste it!
The spell is perfect. And yet...
He looks unhappy.
It seems the binding is only half effective. Captain, the rest is up to you.
I feel like you aren't contributing as much as we are.
Ursa won't be able to stray far from the sigil while it's still in effect. I'll maintain the spell for as long as possible, but we're in a race against time. Hold nothing back!
You guys don't need to be scared. I'm gonna take care of everything. Get away!
Bahamut Ursa represents both creation and destruction. Its aubergine wings drive the evolution of all beings. Life gives way to death, and death begets life. Our attempts to intervene with this process may have far-reaching consequences, but I want to believe in the limitless potential of Sky Dwellers. I want to believe you can rewrite even the laws of reality.
It's hurting really bad.
Ready for it!
We haven't known each other for too long, but I can feel it. We wouldn't want things to end like this. We just have to save him.
What do you think?
You're stuck inside Bahamut. I'll bust you out myself if I have to.
Hiding yourself no less, small climber, as
It's all coming up,
You were
babe.
betrayed by the woman who raised you, made into a dragon's vessel for 15 years. And yet you, a mere mortal, survived. If I should fail to rescue you, I don't think I shall ever forgive myself for the rest of my long, long life. In the past, I had merely existed. It wasn't until you Sky Dwellers let me into your hearts that I learned what it was to live. Unlike immortals, you are capable of change and growth. All I want is to be a part of that. To help you build a glowing future. As an astral, I am also to blame for the failures of my people. I swear to you now, I will set things right again.
I don't like to admit it, but gods are a little beyond our skill level. We need more firepower.
I think you mean dragon power. Lyrian, do you feel up to summoning Bahamut?
Okay, just give me some time.
That is the light of the apocalypse. The fire of doomsday. Its power is transcendent. If the attack lands, all the skies will be obliterated.
Stop it! We know you don't want this yet.
It's good.
Hurry and wake up!
You opened the charge, but it's already stored up considerable energy.
Quit trying to fry us, dagnabbit!
Everyone, gather around me.
Get to Lyria, now!
A P12 thing! I promise!
Protect you! Stay close to me!
I think we got the lyrics in here, yeah.
Not quite!
Almost there's the bat! Who's worried about saving him?
Unless my eyes deceive me, that is under all their scales, isn't it? He's been tainted by Versa's destructive urges. But it seems his body and soul are still in one piece, and that means there's still hope. If you can sever the spiritual shackles that bind into Versa, he'll come back!
That's teamwork, baby.
Be careful!
Don't you remember? You made a promise! Is this your idea of protecting Lyria?
You finally crawled out from under Lilith's thumb? And now you're gonna let yourself be crushed under verses? Leave!
You can't push us away! Without us, you're pretty much the awkwardest person I've ever met!
He's right, kid. Face it, you need him.
Thanks.
I thought you knew us better than that, kid. None of us would ever abandon a friend. Come on.
Cover me! I've got him wide open! Oh! How's like that?
Loved it!
It's good time!
Open yourself, man! Can't let the world end here! You haven't even had a chance to live your own life yet!
I'll soften them up.
Can't hide! Ars Magna!
Shine as one! Gale burst! Keep it up,
Let's
Run!
bring
That's
What in the...
Versa is trying to take full control of his body!
Well, we're not gonna let that happen.
You're all right! Oh yeah!
Let's roll!
Don't play too hard. Let's teach them some manners.
Thanks!
Its mind is growing more... and more pressure. You need to bring him back now!
Congratulations on not disappointing you, Thane.
And I'll totally not disappoint you again!
Did we do it?
All wrapped up!
Let you!
He's starting to break free from Versa! Just a little more!
Hey, Bud, why don't we give him a wake-up call?
Got it!
In! Kid, come back to us!
Hang on. I won't lose focus again.
Lyria.
Versa still has a hold on Id. But now that he's human again, you have one last chance to wrest him completely free.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
You should at least believe in yourself, Rufus. Think back to when you were fighting to protect the sky. Is that still like a lie to you? No, because that was what you actually wanted. Whenever you feel confused, follow your heart. It might lead you to scary places. At least you'll know you're being true to yourself.
Remember!
I want to be a defender. To all of you. To Lyria. To the skies!
What's that giant rift? It must be the gate to Versa's home dimension! Versa is now a manifestation of sheer power, with no vessel to contain it. You won't be able to linger in this world much longer. If you can just weather these next attacks, the day is yours!
Right. If I can get rid of Versa, I finally find closure. All right, Versa. See how you like a taste of your own medicine. Your power's against you.
Even though there's so much at stake, I feel strangely calm.
We're veteran skyfarers. This ain't our first apocalyptic rodeo, and it won't be our last.
If I had a rupee for every immortal clown cheesecake, I could probably buy my own island by now.
I don't mean to get musty. I'm really proud to be a part of this crew.
I feel the same way. I won't let anything happen to you or our world.
Our journey can't end here. It's not gonna. We're gonna kick some dragon tail and go on sailing to the end of the sky.
Shine as one! The escapism!
The truth hurts. All that I've suppressed in the back of my mind. Damn it. I should have realized it sooner. No use running anymore. I am who I am.
An evil dragon. Child of darkness and flames.
My name is...
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
You've suppressed Versus Core and driven it back to its home dimension.
Everyone safe now?
Thanks for everything.
You can buy me some apples on the way back.
We're still not done. Leave this to me.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
Forgive me.
Kids these days, you two are totally nuts.
Don't worry. I'll be back soon.
Oh, good. I was so worried. What's the big idea? Don't you ever do that again! How do you think we'd feel if you never came back, huh? I mean, if it wasn't for Fix-It, dude, you'd be...
Let's roll into you, Bernie.
You okay, man? Where are you?
Good question. Someplace far away?
Hey, this ain't the time for jokes.
He and Bahamut are trapped on another plane.
Think of it as a sliver between dimensions. Still, considering his transceiver seems to be working,
For now. Sadly, I think my time's almost up. The line's going to get cut earlier than I'd hoped. Thought I'd still be able to open a gate from here. Guess not.
Isn't there anything we can do?
Sure, just stay calm. No need to worry about little old me. I'm Mr. Fix-It, remember? There's no jam I can't get myself out of, you know. I'll make it.
Oh, one last thing. So until I get back... Take a look back one last if you can check in on the people of Focus. I don't want them losing sleep over me to be stuck in this bad...
Don't go, we bumped into Roland when we first arrived in the Zega Grande Skydom.
I have to atone.
Huh?
For Mother's crimes. And mine.
Come on, no need to beat yourself up, kid.
That's right. We couldn't have resolved this without you.
Kid, you saved all of us. In my opinion, deep down, you knew you were fighting to help the skies. I'm sure of it. So, it's not really about atonement. I know it's been tough recently. But I think the Sky Realm is better than it was before.
Let's visit Folka. Couldn't hurt.
I'm in!
You good?
Oh, wait. Let me off so easy. You all deserve an apology.
Cut the formality. We already said it was fine, right? You're one of us now. Got me?
Who's ready to set sail? Yeah!
Setting course for Einstedo Archipelago. Full speed ahead to beautiful Folka.
Of course, I'll never forget everything you've done. Never, ever. And when we find Roland, we'll give him the thanks he deserves.
We've met so many people in the Zega Grande Skydom. New friends. New allies. We saw a man torn in two by family and betrayal. We were saved by an immortal who found beauty in our changing world. Through loss and adversity, our resolve brought Lyria and I closer than ever before. Yet this story is far from over. A good friend is still out there, waiting for us to come get him. As for our journey, there's still much to see. To the ends of the skies, where the stars reside. Someday, we will reach Estalucia.
What a nice little ending. And of course there's more. There is, DLC that's going to be released. There's the additional difficulty link, or difficulty that's opens up to you after you've beat the standard difficulty. So yeah, I mean, this is an incredibly well done game. Hopefully it's continued to be successful. I think the initial batch of sales have been pretty good for the series, and especially this game, which is just, its first big non-mobile entry, I think anybody who plays this and likes a more upbeat sort of story, likes more upbeat characters, they're really going to enjoy it. The world they built is really beautiful, both in the the quality of the visuals and all the characters and the music especially has been just a treat to go all the way through. And I do like the combat. It's a little bit on the simple side, but at the same time, it's doing what it's supposed to do, and there's enough complexity in there with all the different characters and the elements, and all the different techniques you can learn, that do put more complexity in there. It's like the opposite of Final Fantasy 16, which attempted to do action RPG, but sort of failed on the RPG part, and in my opinion, sort of failed on the action part too. But here, we've got a much more simpler plan, to give yourself just a little bit of complexity into the build of the character, and the different elements, and then learning the idiosyncrasies of the characters in their combat, and kind of maximizing their usefulness and their abilities. But it's not so simple so that it feels like it's brain dead combat, which I think is a very, very delicate balance. So yeah, I have nothing but good things to say about Granblue Fantasy Relink. They did an excellent job. It's got these high production values. I think as time goes on and as the series grows and starts becoming more of a regular staple on consoles and PC, I imagine that this will be just as big as any other B tier JRPG. So I think it'll honestly, it sort of approaches, that Final Fantasy Dragon Quest status. Plus, you also get the bonus of having, offline missions. So if you don't have or don't desire the ability to play online with other folks, you can play the single player with your AI companions, and you have access to the same kind of quests. And then tiers of difficulty will make it more challenging. So yeah, it's really the perfect package as far as a action RPG goes. You've got a great online campaign that is, not too long, doesn't overstay its welcome, especially considering the gameplay is a little simpler, right? It's not super duper complex. You've got a lot of different environments. Everything's like rich in story. There's like tons of back catalog reading that you can do. You can learn all about the characters, and they even reward you for going through the Fate episodes, by giving you stat boosts and ability boosts, which is not something that they have to do in a game like this. And I think the level progression is just about right. They really put some emphasis on making sure that you reach that ideal level as you were playing the campaign. And if you didn't do anything extra, it would still remain, fairly challenging. I died a couple times in there, so it's not like you can just blow through it on your first try. And then again, you have the option of doing additional quests, playing the bosses over and the conquest and the conquest setups and the defense setups, which are just recycling the areas that you just played, but kind of reducing the time you need to spend on them. I think that's really a good, smart decision to make the missions go so quickly and to have them be done so fast, so that you get your immediate satisfaction as you're playing through online and you're completing your quests and you're getting your items and building your different weapons. And so I think the progression that they thought up of this game is very well done. It doesn't feel like it's tedious work, which is a danger in this kind of game. I'm really looking forward to more DLC, more titles in the series. I wish the original games weren't stuck on mobile, otherwise I'd be playing those as well, because I do love this world, and it's just a great, beautifully realized fantasy world, which harkens back to the days of the Dreamcast and Tales of Arcadia, or Skies of Arcadia. It just has that great feeling to it, and again, it's a very positive RPG, which is not something we get a lot of with characters that are so upbeat. Even though they may have, or at least some characters maybe have some darker backstories, everybody still manages to sound like they're having a wonderful time. And even if you're a constant skeptic and pessimist, I think it's okay to get something that's a bright and shining light every once in a while, just a refreshing palate cleanser. Then you can kind of go back to your more darker adventures. But I think a game like this is important to have, for something that's for all audiences, but still kind of challenges you in the deeper backstories of the characters. Yeah, and I'll be playing this more, so this is definitely not going to be the time that I'm going to stop playing this game. Online I'll certainly have some friends to play it with, and being able to go through with the additional difficulty. I think this game, even with its short playtime, or quote unquote short playtime, I think as far as an action RPG goes, this is just the right time. It lasts just as long as it needs to if you want to just do standard difficulty. And the good thing is that, because it's a little on the easier side, just on the standard difficulty, I think most people can get through it all the way through and enjoy the entire world and the entire story. It doesn't try to gatekeep the end of the game by making it too difficult or too frustrating. But then if you want something more, then you have the ability to play the harder missions and to play the game again under a much harder difficulty. So yeah, look forward to it. This is certainly not the end for us in Granblue. We'll be playing more and more of this as time goes on, and certainly we'll be featuring it more when the DLC missions drop, when new characters are released. They've got a couple years of plans for this game, so it's going to be around for a while. And hopefully they have some spin-off games too that maybe advantage or maybe feature some of the characters in their own missions, like they do in the mobile game. So yeah, it's been very delayed on this game. We've been waiting for this game for quite a while. They made the announcement many years ago, but it takes time to develop a game like this, especially with the amount of care and love that they put into it. I mean, this is definitely not a game that a studio just punches out. There's just too much good stuff going on here, and I have to say that the performance in the performance mode is really, really good. It's not 100% locked at 60 frames, but it's at 60 frames when you need it to be. And during all the flashy effects, you expect a little bit of frame drop here and there, but you don't need it to be at 60 at those periods of time, which is why I say it's a good perceived 60. And I think they did really well. You can, of course, decide to have the additional post-processing effects in graphics mode and play at 30. I don't think that's the ideal way, especially since it runs so smoothly for most of your gameplay experience. So that'd be my suggestion. If you have a set that can display 60 frames, which I think is pretty common nowadays. I think it's kind of difficult to find a set that runs under 60 at this point in time in our history. But if you have an older set, then you're going to have to miss out on the good frame rates. But that being said, again, it looks great in 30 frames if you want to play it that way. The game doesn't require the lightning fast reaction that a 60 frame game, a typical character action game would require. So you're not on the level of Bayonetta or Devil May Cry. You don't have to be that precise, and the enemies have large tells. So if you play it at 30 frames, it gives you a lot of wiggle room on when you can do your dodges and when you can guard. So I think it's very, very playable. I just think if you can play it at 60, then please do. I think you're going to have a better experience. I also like the fact that it uses the adaptive triggers on the PlayStation 5, so you actually get some good resistance when you're using the cannons, or if you're in the robot section. I thought that was really well done. And again, they didn't have to do that. Since it's a multi-platform game, it's on PC as well. Putting the extra time in to give us that experience with the DualShock controller is a nice touch. I really thank the development team for doing that for us, because it's pretty underutilized. And when you get it in there, those adaptive triggers can just add just a little bit more of a feeling in the game that can't be present in any other console at this time. I imagine this will be a standard feature for consoles going forward, just to have more ways to add sensation into a game. Well, a lot of people made this game. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you on there as well, playing online, building up your characters. I think I'm going to stick with Vayne for now, as far as getting him all maxed out. I don't know what the level cap is on the harder difficulties, but I think we'll get there. I think we'll play this and Monster Hunter when we want something that's a little bit more dense and complex. With the same style of gameplay. And I'd say that if you maybe found something like Monster Hunter 2 intimidating, then this is like the perfect starter game to get into that style of gameplay where you have some weapon building, building up of attributes, learning the different tells and timings of monsters, and defending and dodging. And then when you're ready to graduate to things that are a bit more complex, then Monster Hunter is waiting for you. But it's the same kind of gameplay, is what I'm trying to say, really. But this one, is just better for like more general audiences, because it doesn't focus so much on the difficulty of combat. I think this is one of the few games where the deluxe edition really is worth it. So, the extra pieces of DLC basically give you some color choices. You can have some additional palette choices on your characters to make them look a little bit different from their defaults. Of course, you get the digital soundtrack, which is really amazing. I mean, this game doesn't need to sound this good, but it does. It goes above and beyond what a typical RPG would sound like, with its broad, sweeping orchestral soundtrack. to make something look even better than your initial concept art is a difficult thing to do.
We finally made it back. Well, what are we gonna do now?
I think we should start by finding Roland's house.
If memory serves, he was living at the church. But why the sudden interest?
The church. Got it.
Okay, we've got new stickers and character colors, and colors can be changed via the character details. Unlock the ability to instantly travel between town services by pressing L2, and to fly to other islands, head to the docks.
Dang, he didn't even answer you. Guess we still need to work on his people skills.
Well, at least we know where he went. We should go see what he's thinking. Let's kick some tail. Found him. What you doing here, Ed?
Looking for a way to save Roland.
This place is replete with his memory.
We really appreciated it, you chipping in to rescue Roland.
I owe him just as much as you do. More, even.
I feel bad intruding on his home without permission, but there might be clues around. Want to help us search?
Hello there. Did I hear you mention Roland?
Huh? Oh yeah. You a friend of his too?
So my ears didn't deceive me. We've met before, remember? At the docks of Tempeel.
Oh, you're the guy that told us about hallowed ground.
The very same. But, back to Roland. Would you happen to know where he is? I can't seem to get in touch.
Oh, he's...
He's somewhere far away.
He's somewhere far away.
Yeah, really far. It'll probably take him a while to get back.
That's fine. I just wanted to be sure he was safe. Knowing Roland, he'll probably wander in through that door when we need him most. Though, to be honest, I hope that's sooner rather than later.
Why is that? Something wrong?
Well, as you may know, in addition to being a vicar, Roland was the local Mr. Fix-It. And I'm not just talking repairs. Monster hunting, herb picking, he was a real lifesaver. But now that Roland's gone, there's tons of work that's going unfinished.
I'll do it.
Huh?
I'll take up his mantle.
Ah, this is so painful to watch. Will somebody please teach this kid to speak like a normal person?
I think Ed meant to say he just wants to be helpful now that Roland's gone. Right, Ed?
Right.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you. But, how do I put this? We were comfortable asking Roland for favors because we trusted him. While you certainly look like an upstanding young man, you're still a stranger. No offense.
But
We'll help out too.
We'll help out too.
Great idea! Hey, mister, we aren't strangers. What if we tagged along?
Well, all right, if you insist. I have to say, though, you've done so much for our city. I feel guilty piling more work on you.
You sure about this, Captain?
No problem. The more the merrier.
No problem. The more the merrier.
For sure! There's no way we'd let you pick up the slack all by yourself.
Yeah.
Well, now that everything's settled, I'll forward all our jobs to the Crew Alliance Reform. Whenever you feel like taking something on, head over to the quest counter. Thank you again, and best of luck.
Alright, it's finally part of our party. And why don't we stop it here for now. This is meowmurai, and you have been watching Granblue Fantasy Relink running on PlayStation 5. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you with the next stream.